And howdy, folks. We're live. We're live. We're live. The little red sign that you can't see says we are live. It's something a little different tonight. Usually sniping Vaughn, but I've had something kind of stuck in my craw since this last weekend, and I wanted to address it. I was hoping to make some rounds on the various talk shows around and drama content shows. I did talk about this on 21's show a little bit back on Sunday, but I wanted to fully address something that Carrie decided to cover on me. And as you see in my description, there are made a lot of false assumptions and guessed about a lot of things that she's just, trust me, she's completely wrong about everything. Hi, Miss Mud Duck. Welcome to the X. Good to see you. So let's start with how this started, and I'll bring up. It started with a community post. Well, it started before that, but the first thing Carrie made public was a community post. So let's show that just to kind of figure out what was going on here. Hopefully you can see this okay. I can blow it up a little bit. Plus. And you can see on her community post, I'll read it for you. Carrie says, since Todd Malicote wants to run his mouth and now says he's going to strike my channel, even though he asked me to share his shanty and rev diss track on my channel. Okay, didn't finish that sentence, but whatever. So I have no other choice but to share this and show I didn't steal anything from Todd, period. Todd, you are so low for this. You gave me permission and now you want to pull this? Why? Because I stood up for myself and didn't allow someone to use my streams without my permission, because I didn't want people to straight up steal without making it transformative or fair use. Disgusting, dishonest behavior you all pull. So gross, but here's the proof, y'all. And I don't really have to show the community post because she goes over it on a show later that same day. So we'll, as far as that goes, that's just how it started. Now, I want to show from that day and respond as we go. I'll be kind of reviewing Carrie going over this on her channel. Remember, this is in front of her 150 to 200 live viewers. So let's get that, I'll get it shared up and we can listen to it, and I'll just kind of review it as we go. Okay? That's nice and big. Let's full screen it just for grins. And here we go.
Now, let me show you a little other bullshit that has been going on today.
Actually, it's the day before.
And that is with Todd Malicote.
That's me.
Who just cannot stop trying to involve himself in every little fucking bit of drama that goes on in my life. Like,
I'm not sure where that charge comes from. I really don't. I talk about Carrie some in the Discord, but I don't do shows on her. I don't review her. I made a community post like 3 weeks ago about a different lie that she made, and I've showed a couple of video clips when she lies and when she brings me up, just like you like to say, Carrie. And I know you're going to review this later, so I'll talk to you directly a few times. Carrie, you like to say you give the same energy that you get. Well, when you start talking about me and you make claims about me that aren't true, I'm going to review it and I'm going to set the record straight. So I'm not sure what you're getting at. I involve myself in every bit of drama. There's a lot of stuff I don't talk about. And frankly, I don't watch it that much. Let's go on.
He's right there.
I'm right there.
And so all of them are so triggered and mad and whatever about the Jim Manning getting a strike.
I don't know about triggered or upset. I wasn't mad. I was more flabbergasted that you would go so far as to strike somebody else in the community who, and we'll talk about, as you bring up here, your accusations against Jim Manning. We'll go over that too, but I don't think everybody was upset or triggered. We're just surprised you would go so far as to do that, because it's kind of a gentleman's agreement in this community that you don't strike each other like that. But yeah, I mostly just laugh at stuff when they say weird stuff, but it's whatever.
For stealing my content, it was not transformative. It was not fair use.
Okay, I guess we'll get into it right now because she already brought it up. What Jim Manning does, and I've said this many times in the Discord and other places publicly, what Jim Manning did or does still is the very definition of fair use. Generally very short clips. The vast majority of them, and I had it down like 168 out of 290 or something, were it's worse. It was like more like 190 out of 268. Most of them are under a minute, which is not, it's not a threshold or anything. They don't have to be under a minute to be fair use. Oh, hi, Jeffrey Spicoli. Jeffrey Spicoli reached a milestone in the Von Helton thing, 4,100 days without a lawsuit. Congratulations to you, Jeffrey. Anyway, back to Jim Manning. He would make short clips, generally less than a minute, sometimes a little more, sometimes a lot more, about of Carrie. There were clips of Carrie's broadcast, and the commentary. She likes to say there's no commentary. Carrie, when you watch this later, commentary is not just speaking. Commentary is in the title of the video and the comments on that video. But the description underneath the video. And Jim Manning did a very good job of taking one eye to look, hey, look, Carrie's talking about abuse here, how hypocritical she is or something. And then you play a minute 15 clip or something showing you talking about that and demonstrating how you were being hypocritical. That is the very definition of fair use. Your shows are hours long. For Jim Manning to clip it into like a 1 minute or 2 minute segment and then make a comment about that segment and show that segment and say, here's what I'm talking about, folks. That's exactly what fair use is. This person over here said this thing. I'm going to show you where they said it. And here's what it means. Here's what I think they're saying. That's fair use. You can't deny that. Now, it's interesting that the one clip you decided to strike was the longest clip on Jim Manning's channel, a little over 5 minutes. And the clip itself was, hey, here's Carrie talking, or here's Carrie showing over 5 minutes of somebody else's video and not saying a word. So you struck him for not being transformative on a video where he was showing you not being transformative. That, to me, that's terribly ironic, but I'm sorry. I wanted to get to the rest of the stuff. Yeah. He didn't break TOS. You can't show me anywhere where TOS doesn't allow fair use commentary. If he broke TOS, what is Carrie doing? You're just wrong. But this is not the point of my video. And let's go on. Oh, and yeah, we'll say one more thing. No, secular opinion is not transformative. For some reason, he doesn't get struck, but he's not. He shows 30 minutes to an hour of Vaughn all the time. Barely says a word and acknowledges a super chat every now and then, but no, he's not. Yeah, and YouTube took it down, and I've been struck the same way 9 times from sniping Vaughn, which, again, that's another thing I didn't want to talk about tonight, but sniping a live stream is not copyrighted. But anyway, YouTube sides with the person filing the copyright claim, because when you file one of those, you are declaring under penalty of perjury that you believe that the use was not authorized, or it wasn't fairly used and wasn't transformative. You have to sign that under penalty of perjury. So YouTube considers it a legal issue. They're not a court of law. They're not going to take any explanations. They just take it down. If the thing on you said was here and this is your content and they match, they take it down. No questions asked. Doesn't even matter how long it is. But anyway, let's keep going.
There's no commentary added. There's nothing different.
Yeah, the commentary is straight up in the description.
Downloaded, uploaded back to their channel.
No, Carrie, that's what you use. Those are archive channels that upload entire videos with no commentary and no breaks for other people to use. That's called archive channels. You use them. Graveyard Flowers, XX Archives, many others, Boglum Chronicles, when you do Now and stuff, you use archive channels. So let's be a little bit careful about what you say. Jim Manning is just uploading and copying and uploading. He clips. You do a 5-hour video, he does a 1.5 minute clip. That's not uploading and copying and re-uploading. But again, this is not what I wanted to talk about. Let's get to where she lies about me, folks.
All of them are now plotting and threatening to mass flag me. No. Nick has done it several times now on camera.
Nick has talked about maybe copyright claiming you. That's his right. You do use a lot of his content. And fair use, Carrie, you don't get to determine what fair use is. Fair use is determined by a judge. And YouTube doesn't care either. YouTube is going to, if his video is matched on yours, they're going to strike you if he does it. I'm just telling you. And if you can counterclaim it, and if he doesn't take you to court, it disappears. But let's not play like, oh, I do fair use. You don't get to determine that. That's for a court of law to decide.
And then I get this sent to me because, you know, a lot of people are fucking tired of this bullshit that keeps going on. And how, like, just, it's so gross, the stuff that these people will do. And so what you're seeing on the or on the screen right here is a screenshot from in Shaw of Thirst's Discord server.
Right.
And you see 21 is there because of course 21 is just as bad as Todd, which by the way, 21 literally now sent me a Cash App last night just so that they could call me a pussy, which of course I refunded and blocked them. But
of course,
like, these people are so desperate for any kind of interaction with me. It's fucking bonkers. And as you can see too, in that
I'm not desperate for any interaction with you, Carrie. I kind of wish you'd go away, but you keep bringing me up, especially on the goddamn podcast. But you know, you did, this was on your channel. You brought me up, so let's go on.
Everybody in there, their name is Board House and then something.
Yeah, that's a shot. That's Shaw's
21 thing. Is Board House Tranny. Todd is Board House Tuba Fag.
I am.
Not my words. These are their words.
Ooh.
I would never say that.
You would never say fag. Yeah, well, for one thing, Carrie, that's my word. It's not. You don't get to use it. You're not one. So if someone was, use the N word, would you just read it and then say, "Oh, it's not my word"? It doesn't give you a pass, dear. You don't get to say fag just because it's in print. But anyway, that's not what I'm pissed about. Let's move on.
So that's how fucking obsessed they are.
Yeah, we're so obsessed. It's a meme, Carrie. Everybody in there gets a Board House name. It's just a thing. You just get over yourself. It's not that deep.
Or Board House, this or that.
Yeah.
But
let's get to what I said.
Now 21, and this was from yesterday, says, "Is it because you're blocked?" It was to something Todd had shared. I'm not sure what.
Oh. Later on, she shows a screenshot with the stuff above. She is absolutely sure what it was because she shows it later. So she's already lying. She knows what I was talking about. But at this point, she wants to cage it in some kind of mystery, like I was obviously talking about her for hours or something.
Obviously, something about striking my channel.
No.
Because
no, I wasn't talking about striking your channel, Carrie. In fact, let's just put you on pause for a minute and share Shaw's Discord, where this post is. There you can see it. You can see the post I actually made and all this. Maybe I can blow this up a little bit. There's the post. You can read it a little better. That's what I had posted right before. If I come down a little bit, you can see this is the stuff she showed. Is it because you're blocked? No, because the shows are no longer public, blah, blah. What we were talking about was this chart I put up above it and the stuff she didn't show you. Usually when you give a super chat, and this, we weren't talking about this. I posted this out on, and I'll go up further to show you. But this just came out of nowhere. I was looking around on my YouTube purchases page. By the way, Carrie, this is a YouTube purchases page. You can click when you go click your avatar over there. It says purchases and memberships. You can look at this stuff. But anyway, I say usually when you give a super chat, your purchases page will show a link to that show. Like you can see at the top, Jules Tells All. Right here's the Geek Room. And if you clicked on that icon, it would take you to the show where you made that donation. In fact, it's time-stamped. We'll show you, what you said or super chatted or whatever. Shows you your purchase. I said, now all my super chats to Carrie look like this, and they were the blue ones because we had been talking about her taking her videos down. Was this the topic of discussion for a couple days? And I'll go in and show you guys, since Carrie likes to make up stuff. This is Bucky and 21 talking about where's Carrie. She's focused on her channel. Nobody's talking about super chats or taking her channel down, striking her. Nobody's talking about that. There's some stuff about Draven. There's Draven. There's a picture. Everybody got a picture of Draven. And my stuff was about 9:30 at night on the 24th. We're going back in time here a ways. Teddy and Iconic are mad at 21's program. You can see we weren't talking about Carrie. Keep going up. We weren't talking about Carrie. Iconic and Teddy throwing a fit in 21's chat. Here's some stuff. I'm live from 21. There's some Transformer stuff. Here's somebody talking about Carrie. Carrie had never shown her face and tried to say she was black. Nobody's talking about anything about striking her channel. You got to go back, and I'm just looking for my icon here. This is 4 hours earlier, 5:30, and we were talking about her putting her channels down, her videos. She deleted some of her videos. That was the topic of discussion. Here's somebody at the end of it saying, "Yeah, okay." This is where it started. Seems Carrie has cleared her channel up quite a bit. Wonder what she's afraid of. And there's her explanation. It was on a community tab. Just because it's private doesn't mean it's go. I said YouTube doesn't really look at restreaming other creators' videos. It's up to those creators to file copy. We were talking about Corky going after the copyright tools, and because Corky had threatened to do it, and that's why she took him down. It was in the context of talking about why she took her videos down. But you go 4 hours later, and you can see I haven't talked at all. I'm not talking about striking her channel. Nobody is. And I make my super chat post saying, "Hey guys, look at this. Is weird. I can't link to those shows because she took everything down." And I'll do it. I'll show you my purchases page. Link that up for a second. This is what everybody can get on your YouTube channel, your purchases page. This one you can see better because I've got it blown up. This is right where I clipped from, but you can go farther down and looky here. Look at all these blues. Those are when I was super chatting Carrie. There's some Geek Room. There's a super chat to Carrie. There's more super chats to what was Carrie's secular opinion. Super chat, goddamn podcast I was given to regularly there. A lot of Geek Rooms, and so on and so forth. And I could open that up and show you the complete history of where. And by the way, Carrie, again, when I've told you how much I've given you, that's because I can add the number. All I got to do is search Carrie. It'll go bing, 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 and I got to add like 30 numbers or how many super chats I gave you. It's not because I keep track. There's a page where you can see how much you've given to somebody. But anyway, that just shows you the context of what we were talking about back here on Shaw's Discord. And this is exactly the clip she showed. Is it because you're blocked? Because I said, and 21 is responding to when I said all of my super chats to Carrie look like this. Is it because you're blocked? No, because the shows are no longer public. She took them down. So now I can't link to the show. It's not there anymore. And I said, I still have the dates. I think I'll look back on Discord and find where somebody linked one of her shows where she played one of my diss raps, because you can see sometimes I gave her 4 or I gave her a $20 one and several 5s. I can tell by my super chat activity what she did. And I thought it was interesting to line them up. Nobody is saying a thing about striking her channel. And I can go forward from there. Nobody's talking about striking her channel until we get to 9:43. This is almost 15 minutes later, and Carrie is up in my DMs. I say, "Oh, look, I only talked about this. I only posted about looking for where Carrie played my diss raps in here. Someone is lurking because she said, so you are going to try to strike me for using your diss rap that you gave me permission to play." Carrie is the first person that talked about me striking her. There was absolutely nothing being said about striking her channel. No context to that whatsoever. I said, "Hey, look, my super chats to her disappeared. I can't go to those shows." Well, maybe I can go back to where somebody said, because the only time anybody said anything to me about Carrie this is over a year and a half ago, was, "Hey, she's playing your diss rap." And I said, "Yeah, no, I'm in there. Thanks." But I have those DMs, and I could line those up by the date because you can see the date I gave the super chats. Oh, here's that show where she played my thing. Had nothing to do with striking her. She made that up. She came up with the idea. You can see it right there. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about the money. She'll talk about that later. Oh, you're just flexing your money. It's unreal. But anyway, let's keep reviewing what Carrie had to say, and you'll see how made up this is and how dumb it is. Whoops, sorry. One-man show, folks. We gotta stop that. get her back up here. I'm very sorry. And we'll continue from where we were. There we go.
Actually, something about striking my channel.
No, I wasn't.
Because then Todd writes back, no, it's because the shows are no longer public.
Right.
And then 21 says, ah. And then Todd says, I still have the dates though. I think I'll look back on Discord and find where someone linked one of her shows where she played one of my diss raps.
So Carrie, from this information, this limited bit of information that she gets from clipping it, somebody's screenshotting this Discord when I showed you the complete context, just takes out of her imagination that this is me threatening to strike her channel. And she goes on her community page and says, this is proof of that. When you can't find anywhere in there where I even talk about striking a channel. I said I can go back and see when people emailed or DM'd me that she was playing my thing, and it would line up with a date. I said, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's it. Wants idiots to be idiots. We're all can see. Yeah, why would you block them? I'm not blocking anybody. You guys can say whatever you want. I'm just trying to get this story out. And I'd prefer to get it out to people in Carrie's Discord, because what's happening now is people in Carrie's Discord are going all over the place in tangential communities and other things. Hey, did you hear about what Todd did? He said he was going to strike Carrie's channel. Well, if I went back in that Discord and went a little farther, people were because I showed what Carrie had DM'd to me, and they were saying, oh yeah, do it. Strike her down. Yeah, go find those diss rats and do it. And I literally say, I'm not the kind of person that's going to copyright strike somebody. I acknowledge I gave her permission to play them. She says I asked her to, but we'll get into that some later too. But let's keep reviewing.
So he's going to go try to find the stream where I played one of his diss raps to strike my channel.
Not to strike your channel. No.
Well, funny, Todd, you must have forgotten that you not only gave me permission to play it, you sent it to me and asked me to.
No, I did not ask her to. And again, she says things, and then she shows the proof, which says something completely different. I never asked her to play it, and she'll prove it herself. Here it comes.
And I have proof of that, which I'm going to show you guys right here.
Here it comes. I'll beat her to it because she talks about having to enlarge it. This is me DM Carrie. Back when I was still donating to her, I was enjoying her content. She was doing a lot of Shanny in those days, and she was playing videos about Shanny as an intro. And she, before she was doing all the schmool stuff, she would do videos about Carrie, about Shanny, and there's lots of them out there. So I said, I have a couple of Shanny feature vids for your rotation if you'd like. Here I'm offering 2 videos from my channel saying you're playing a lot of stuff about Shanny, parody vids, making fun of her vids. I got a couple if you'd like to play them. Now, if somebody can tell me how that's asking her to do it, I'd love to hear it, because in my mind, it was being, hey, here's something you could use. I don't really give a shit about the exposure. I'm not about the numbers. You look at my channel. I'm not here to make big numbers. But here's some stuff you could use, and I think it's pretty funny, and it's about Shanny.
This is
how she takes
I might have to pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah, you got to make it
on
bigger,
Discord, right? Because for some reason, when I'm on my PC, it won't let me click that all the way.
It's crazy how paranoid she is and how she makes stuff up. Everybody's out to get her. Gonna get her. I'm not gonna get you, Carrie. I don't care that much about you.
You guys can see it.
Make sure we can see it so that it doesn't prove what you're saying about me. I love that.
All right, here we go.
I love that for you, Carrie.
But I did post it on my community tab if you're interested in seeing that.
Yeah, she did.
All right. So I showed you guys the screenshot of what he said about striking, that he's going to.
Yeah, she messed up there. Oh, it was strike. Oh, except, oh shit, he didn't say striking. Yeah, I never said anything. I showed you the Discord in context. Nobody was talking about striking your channel. Nobody.
Look up the dates of when someone shared one of his diss raps about Shanny and Rev that I played. Well, here's the thing, though, Todd. You must have forgotten.
Didn't say I was going to strike you.
You sent me this.
I know.
Okay,
I said it. I know.
So you guys can really see This is Todd.
And this somehow proves I asked her to play my videos?
This is from January 10th,
She didn't have to.
2023. A long time ago now. But this is from Discord, and Todd reached out to me.
Yes,
not me to him. He reached out to me.
I was in your community. I was a fan. I was giving you super chats. I enjoyed your content. I was giving you some more options for intro and exiting videos because you were playing a lot of different ones.
And as you can see here, it says, I have a couple of Shanny feature vids for your rotation if you'd like. So
how was that me asking her to do it?
Shares that video. Shanny goes for a walk.
Yeah.
And then he shares this video, which, as you can see, is the diss rap right there. Shanny and Rev diss rap, just the two of us. And then you can see I responded and replied to that. Thanks, Todd. I appreciate that.
So what exactly is the problem with me sending her a couple of videos to play? She claims I asked her to play them. I didn't, but she did play them. And every time she played them, most of her audience said, hey, man, that's a great job. I enjoyed the rap. She would link my channel the way she does with other people. I don't know how she's turning around and making this something I did on purpose to get her. It's just so paranoid. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is. So
now, Todd.
She's just not talking. Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with me? How dare I find it interesting that my purchase a membership page, all your videos that I super chatted to are now blank. And I made a comment about it because I was looking through there for something else probably, and just noticed all these, what are all these blue things? I'd never seen that before. So I posted it in the Shaw's Discord, said, look at this. She must have taken everything down, because at this point, Carrie, I hadn't gone to your channel and seen what you'd taken down. I didn't know. I just found it interesting. So that's what's wrong with me, I guess. You
literally asked me, sent me that video and asked me to play it.
That, again, I don't know why anybody can see what I wrote there and say that's me asking her. Here are a couple of Shanny feature vids for your rotation if you'd like. She was getting them from lots of different people at the time. Lots of people have done videos on Shanny. And I said, here's a couple more if you'd like. I was in her audience at the time. Yeah, there's a good word, gaslighting. That's exactly what it is. She's trying to make reality change somehow to make her point. But it gets even better, folks. We got about 5 more minutes of this. Oh, it's even better.
Add this to your rotation. And now,
if you'd like,
because you're mad,
I'm not mad
about something that has nothing to do with you.
I'm not mad.
Now you're going to come in and strike my channel?
No. I said,
and try to figure out.
I specifically said less than like 20 minutes after this conversation, if the person that was sending her screenshots would be honest and send her all the screenshots, you would have seen me said, because people were saying, yeah, do it. And I said, no, I don't strike other people. We don't do that in this community. It's not, I would never do that to anyone. There's no reason for it. It's like, Jesus Christ. And she gets herself worked up into this lather. It goes on. It gets better, folks. Promise.
The way to do that, because you guys want to take me down so bad that you will be dishonest and lie and try to strike my channel down.
I didn't say. How could I have lied and say I was going to strike your channel down when I never said that? You can't produce a shred of evidence. In fact, the only evidence you could provide is that I said I wouldn't do it when people asked me to, were encouraging me to do it. I said no. Wow.
When you know that you gave me permission to use that.
Yeah, yes, I did. I know I did.
Oh, and one other part of this. Let me show you this part too. Now, I can't say, obviously, this is going to be more speculation.
So obviously she's going to make something else up to make me look bad. So here we go.
But knowing how Todd is, I know how Todd is, and he brings up money and things like that a lot.
Didn't talk about
and as you're going to see here, he also was pulling that kind of crap because
didn't talk about money at all.
Let me show you guys. the top part of this screenshot.
The top part. Here, watch this.
Right.
Remember, folks, a minute ago when she showed just the bottom half of that, and she said, oh, I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know what they were talking about. Obviously, something about striking my channel. She knew exactly what I was talking about. She's talking about it now. She's reviewing the part that she said she didn't know about. Less than 5 minutes after she said she didn't know what it was about. My God.
Right there. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, zoom into it.
All right.
Show me anybody talking about money. Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
I'm going to fast forward her because she's trying to get this big. And here we go.
There, and then zoom in some. All right. It's hard to see it, but if you look, this is a list, and it's a list of money. Like, it's impossible to see it. So
it's a list of donations. I showed you the actual page earlier, but yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. But it is in my Discord if you want to look more. But
it's in my Discord if you want to come trash Todd some more over something he never said. Because there's amounts, there's dollar amounts on there, and that's obviously what I was flexing. Because I showed you the context of the entire conversation. Did you see anybody seeing anything about money?
A list of super chats. It has the date, and it says super chat, and it has the amount that he donated. Mm-hmm. So he's literally sharing what money he donated, probably to me, since as you can see below.
Well, clearly it's from you, Carrie. Now you can't see my comment on the top. That's interesting, but clearly we're talking about I can't see your donations anymore. You can see that in the context of what's being said. So obviously the blue ones, and you knew you took your videos down at this point, so you knew what was up. Yeah, it's all. Shaw, if you'd like to drop the link to your Discord, I would love for you to do that. People, it's a free public Discord. If you'd like to come in there and talk to me about this or talk to anybody else, Carrie, later when you review this, just come back in the Discord and we can go on voice chat or something and talk about this. But you don't need to go around making community posts and then reviewing me on your channel and making up a bunch of shit about me when you could just come in Shaw's Discord and talk to me. Or you could message me like you did. You went ballistic over something that wasn't even talking about striking your channel. You could just talk to me. But no, you got to review it on your channel. So, now I've got an obligation to try to set the record straight because you just told 200 people that I'm an asshole and I was going to strike your channel and I'm flexing all the money I gave to you, which none of that's true. And then I asked you to play my shanty videos, which again is not true. So I'm going to make a response video. Again, just like you say, the energy you get is the energy you're going to give back. So here we go. There's a couple more
right below that. They're talking about me. So he's literally listing and showing the amount of money that he gave me in super chats to, I don't know what he's trying to do with it. But
wasn't talking about the money, never did.
He throw it in my face or something, even though I never asked for a dime.
Where's this coming from?
And
when did I say you asked for a dime? I gave you super chats, Carrie, because I liked your content. That's what I do with a lot of channels. When I enjoy the content, I feel like I ought to give a little something to the creator to help him keep doing it. That's the way I do.
He's the one who came in and started throwing super chats at me.
Listen to how she frames it. I started throwing super chats at her. Like it was an effort of some kind, as opposed to just being a decent human being and saying, thank you for this stream today. Here's $5. Go get yourself a pizza or whatever. That's all it ever is, Carrie. I don't take this shit seriously. I'm not trying to worm my way into your community. I know you like to say that I like to buy friends and buy wrenches and shit. You can ask anybody I donate to if I ever held any money over them. And nobody will ever tell you I did because I don't. I just give money. There's no strings.
What was I supposed to do? Say no and refund it to you, Todd?
Of course not.
I don't understand. And now you're trying to go and oh, look at all this. I gave her all these super chats. Like,
didn't say that.
And I appreciate that you did it, but if I would have known that you were going to hold it over my head, I would tell you in a heartbeat, keep your fucking money.
How am I holding anything over your head, Carrie? I've said once before, I think it was on your channel. I gave you a goddamn podcast or something. That's why I gave you $575. Oh my God, he keeps track of every penny he gives. Carrie, there's a purchases page. All I gotta do is add it up. It's not hard. It's not that big a deal.
So
It is
I
fun.
just think
Okay.
the whole thing, it's gross.
It's gross. It's gross.
I am fully prepared that these people are going to try to strike my channel.
Nobody's gonna
They
strike your channel.
already
Carrie.
have done
Nick
a lot
might.
of shit. I mean, it's not like they haven't been trying to do these things the entire time that I've been on here streaming, because
Okay.
they have.
Okay.
So hopefully it never ends up, going anywhere. But, I can't lie. Like,
Thank you, Lady Starfire.
Not the greatest feeling knowing that all these people want nothing more than to try to, tear me down in some way.
Okay.
They don't want me on here, period.
Never said
And
that.
they've tried to do everything that they know how to get me gone.
Yeah. What have I done to try to get you gone, Carrie? What have I done? Talk about you in a Discord from time to time. I don't talk about you every day. I don't think about you every day. I don't watch you every day. Sorry, I just don't. Most of my time I spend talking about Vaughn. I snipe Vaughn. I talk about Vaughn a lot. I don't think about you that much. But when you bring me up, if you're gonna post a community post and you're gonna talk about me for 12 minutes on your program in front of 200 live viewers and probably thousands of people watching later, and then those people go out and spread this shit, I'm gonna make a response video, and I'm gonna continue to do so when you make stuff up like this, because that's all this is. Now, if you're an honest person and a genuine person, you will post a retraction on your channel and say, hey, all that stuff I made about that I said about Todd wanting to strike me and wanting to talk about how much super chats he gave me, yeah, none of that was true, because he showed the full Discord context, and nobody was talking about striking my channel, and nobody was talking about how much money. The amounts never even came up. It was just to show that you were blue and I couldn't click on your shows anymore. If you're an honest person, you will do that. We'll see what happens in the future, but I suspect you'll just keep talking shit about me. A little more, folks, not much.
And now apparently they're even going to resort to knowingly striking my channel for something that they know they gave me permission to use.
Not striking your channel.
Todd in specific. That is very, very dishonest and disgusting.
You just made it up.
I all I can say is your karma, dude.
My karma's fine.
That shit's gonna come back around.
First of all, karma's not really a thing, but if there were such a thing as karma, I think making up a bunch of lies and spreading them about something might bring you some karma too. Just warning you there, Carrie.
Doing shit like that to people, nobody respects people that do shit like that.
The irony of that last statement. Doing shit like that to people, nobody respects people that do stuff like that. Well, Carrie, nobody respects people that make up a bunch of stuff and then broadcast it to their audience with the expectation that their audience is going to continue to spread that, because that's what you foster, that kind of environment where you talk shit about somebody and they go around, and you've seen this. Don't act like you don't see it. So every time you talk shit about somebody, it's going to get spread around and people are going to make a bunch of claims. But anyway, folks, that's what I wanted to say. Hopefully I'll get on some of the talk channels around and we'll talk about this some more. Again, Shaw, if you've dropped, I don't know if you dropped your Discord or not, but somebody can drop the link to Shaw, or you can go to her channel and you can find it. Shaw Thirst is good people. You can come in her Discord and we can talk about this. You can come to my Discord. Let me, real quick before I go, link my Discord. It's public. You can come in there and talk about this stuff. I don't kick people out unless you're being, just ridiculous. Let me copy my Discord link and post it in my chat. Sorry about that. It's a one-man show, folks. Here we go. There's my Discord link. Feel free to join if you'd like. Todd's Tuba Town. We got all kinds of fun things. We talk a lot about Vaughn in there. Again, most of my stuff's Von Helton. But come join me. And if you want to talk about this issue, I'm free to talk to you about it. That's all I got tonight, folks. Hopefully, spread the word, I guess, just like some other communities do. That I didn't say anything Carrie said about me. I did comment on their community post, and they wanted me to make a bunch of. They wanted to have an argument there, and I didn't want to have an argument about it there. I wanted to present everything in one place and not get picked apart with every little thing I said. So that's what this is. And hopefully you learned something tonight. And hopefully, Carrie, if you're honest, you'll issue a retraction, because I never threatened to strike your channel. I never had any intention of striking your channel. I didn't ask you to play those Shannon Rev videos. I thought I was being nice, giving you something else for a rotation, so you have to play the same thing so often. But anyway, if you don't take it that way, that's your prerogative. I hope you're more honest than that. We will see in the future. Thank you guys all for coming here. Appreciate the audience, and you all have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.